Hi, thanks for watching. Let's have a look at the astrology of the week ahead. Since it is now Monday the 6th of August 2018, we have the moon in Gemini at the moment. This happened late last night, Eastern Daylight Time, and a bit earlier last night on the Pacific coast of the States and Canada. Under a Gemini moon, it is the twins influence, so it can go in different directions, you never know. But people generally speaking are more sociable, quick-witted, quick to think of funny things to say, quick to think of answers and genuine solutions to things as well. So it's a really good time in terms of that. Also anything to do with study, broadening the mind, adding to your knowledge of life and sharing with other people along the way to doing that is important. And that's indicated as we go through this week. Now Mercury is retrograde, there is no doubt, but we are not actually in the intensified phase of Mercury retrograde at the moment. That doesn't come in until next week because it's on the 19th that we actually get Mercury stationing direct, and then it's all over bar the shouting. There's a little bit of aftermath there, but that's not to worry about until next week. Tomorrow is an interesting one because Uranus goes retrograde tomorrow. Now that is actually not such a big thing as when one of the closer planets in the inner solar system goes retrograde, because it's much further away and the effects are smoothed out and take a bit longer to reach us. But they do affect us nevertheless. Uranus is the planet more than any other of which I would say expect the unexpected. Things can suddenly happen influenced by Uranus. And actually during a Uranus retrograde, things can ease up quite a bit. You never know. We're likely to be tested during this next one coming up in terms of money and love life, just general finances and our love lives as well. May come into question, but basically it's all about making us stronger. There's nothing really bad out there about to happen. Now Uranus is retrograde 155 days of the year, which is very nearly half the year. Half would be 180 odd. So about 70% of people have Uranus retrograde in their birth chart. It's not such a big kind of amazing thing. For example, Venus, which is a lot closer, about 7% of people have Venus retrograde in their birth charts. So that's the way it moves, that's the way it changes and challenges us as well. During this retrograde, Venus is going to square Saturn and Mars is going to square Uranus, basically. And Uranus is going to be retrograde. Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius, has a lot to do with finding originality and having a forward-thinking attitude to things. Also is tied up with Uranus. I wouldn't like to say exactly which way it's going to go because Uranus is going to be retrograde. Uranus is actually going to be retrograde right through until January the 6th, 2019. It turns retrograde in Taurus and it leaves retrograde in Aries. So really it's travelled pretty much through the whole zodiac to be able to do that. Never mind, a bigger video about Uranus retrograde coming up later today on my YouTube channel, I hope. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. Twig brother, no it's not because I changed the name of it. It's Astro Truth. Yeah, a bit like my page on Facebook for Astro Truth. It is Astro Truth. So do look that up if you wouldn't mind. Help me get my views up a bit. Anyway, never mind that. Moon in Gemini. Right now she is 33.5% full, waning crescent. A quick change there, that green screen thing frequently makes my phone battery run out. Sorry about that, but look, yin-yangs and multicolours. Couldn't get much better than that, could it? And that's Mercury retrograde influencing me, I think, as well, because it does affect travel, transport, and particularly communication. In fact, it affects travel and transport because they are a kind of communication. I don't even buy shoes during Mercury retrograde, but excuse me. Other than that, I simply don't worry about it because it's all a matter of lessons of life coming to us. It's not always hard. In fact, it's very rarely a really, really hard thing. It's just, it's another thing to worry about for a lot of people. But I want to say don't worry about Mercury retrograde, okay? It's playing itself out and it's going on until the 19th of July. then we'll just have the post shadow, and it should not be a problem. Anyway, today, that's the retrograde situation. Today, the Sun is squaring Jupiter, so we will see a fair bit of moral debate, legal debate, people trying to work out the difference between right and wrong and apply it to what they're doing. It can also cause a bit of kind of overgrowth, things getting overblown, possibly the truth then becoming distorted, that kind of thing. Also, people can overindulge under a Sun square Jupiter alignment. It's just the way it goes. The Moon is also square Jupiter, so again, you know, things can get overblown, things can easily break. Don't forget about reality, basically, because we live in this world. Whatever influences are coming to us from outside of it, our reality is what really, really matters. Retrograde Mercury is square Jupiter. This is everywhere today. So, you know, important communications may very well be of concern, and they may well keep on giving concern. So don't worry about it. Basically, don't believe the hype about Mercury retrograde, because it's not really going to be a big issue. It's going to teach. It's going to be a gentle thing, basically, the way I see it going at the moment. Venus is void in Virgo. Mars is square Uranus. So in relationships, emotions are strong, and you know, pressure can build up as well. Could be a tricky week for relationships. Could be a tricky week for lots of things, actually, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it will be. Just visualize and believe what you want can happen, and the chances are it will. You've got a much better chance of things going well if you truly believe that they can. Okay, folks, well, I'm going to go and try and mend my green screen now. Hope you have a fabulous day. As I say, don't forget to check me out, Twig Brother on YouTube, also Astro Truth on YouTube. 2 channels there, a bit of woodwork and a bit more astrology. What could be better? Probably a lot of things, but not for me. Okay, have a great day. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.